Welcome back to The Refresher, bringing you the latest in Dota 2 news, tournaments, meta, and memes. This episode covers the week leading up to the 16th of October 2017, which brought us the first official Valve event of the new season, some drama surrounding streaming pro games, and a new AI coach. Let's get straight into it. In the state of the game this week, nothing of importance. There was 2 patches released which included a few back-end changes, but nothing related to gameplay. It's been about a month since Valve's announcement that the Dueling Fates patch is about a month away, so the countdown is now officially on. In Valve time this week, after a spate of incidents where top streamers got banned from Twitch for streaming tournament matches, Valve posted a new statement on the Dota 2 blog addressing the issue. The post talks about the various stakeholders involved and how it's difficult for them to make everyone happy, before giving some kinda clear directions in typical Valve fashion. To quote the post, "We believe that anyone should be able to broadcast a match from Dota TV for their audience. However, we don't think they should do so in a commercial manner or in a way that directly competes with the tournament organizer's stream. This means no advertising or branding overlays and no sponsorships. It also means not using any of the official broadcast content such as caster audio, camera work, overlays, interstitial content, and so on." So it's clear that if Grand and Bulldog want to continue casting tournament matches, they're going to have to remove their sponsorship overlays and not use the official tournament observers or caster audio. But where the line actually sits on what's commercial still isn't really clear. Are streamers allowed to take donations or accept new subs while streaming tournament matches? Can they have their sponsorship logos in the channel info below the videos? We still don't really know, but at least streamers now have a leg to stand on when fighting back against DMCA takedowns from the tournament organizers. In esports news this week, the Esports Integrity Coalition has handed down a guilty verdict for Sonic and Axmo of Team DX after they are accused of match fixing in their games against Yellow Submarine in the WC8 2017 qualifiers. The players have both received a 2-year ban from all events run by UCC, the organizer behind WCA, and the findings have been passed on to Valve. In the Philippines this week, the government announced they will now officially recognize esports players as athletes, allowing them access to special visas which will make it easier for them to travel internationally for tournaments. And finally, while not confirmed, rumours arose this week that the next international might be held in Canada instead of its usual home of Seattle. Some keen eyes spotted Dota branding in the back of a hockey news segment this week, which took place inside Rogers Arena in downtown Vancouver. It seems unlikely that Valve is already working on production for TI8, but given that Key Arena is expected to start undergoing renovations next year, and Rogers Arena is only a 2.5-hour drive from the Valve HQ, there's definitely a chance that Dota's biggest tournament is on the move. In tournament news this week, all eyes were on the first official Valve event of the season, the Starladder iLeague Invitational Season 3. The event ran over 4 days with 31 games of action-packed Dota as 8 teams competed for 300 grand and the first batch of qualifier points. Day 1 kicked off with an upset as the Brazilian squad of SG Esports took a 2-0 victory over Vici Gaming. Liquid and Mineski faced off next in a much-anticipated series, where Liquid showed nothing's changed since TI by clean sweeping the Southeast Asian squad, and then 2-0ing SG Esports as well to claim a spot in the semi-finals. Day 2 was full of upsets as well, as Complexity 2-0'd Newbie right off the bat, and then Na'Vi managed to come out on top against Team Secret, much to the delight of the local fans in Kiev. Unfortunately, they were knocked back down shortly after by Complexity, who took the other direct spot in the semi-finals. Crunch time came on day 3 as the first elimination matches got underway, which led to both Chinese teams getting knocked out first, after Mineski 2-0'd Vici Gaming and Secret 2-0'd Newbie, the TI7 runners-up. Both Mineski and Secret continued to dominate the day, with Mineski knocking out SG Esports and Secret this time coming out on top in a rematch against Na'Vi. The final day of play kicked off with the semi-final matches, where Mineski faced off against Complexity for the first grand final spot. Game 1 saw Ice's signature hero Timbersaw dominate, alongside some amazing snowball saves from Jabs' Tusk. Complexity seemed to find the answer with Bloodseeker and Pugner for Game 2, tying the series up 1-1. Game 3 was neck and neck for the first 25 minutes, but at that point, Mushi Sven and Nana's Tinker came online and Complexity just didn't have the tools to handle them, allowing Mineski to steamroll through their base and take the series 2-1. The next series was between Secret and Liquid, where we saw Liquid pick up their faithful Martu Broodmother, which Secret answered with a Timbersaw pick for Ace, only to be countered back with a last pick Bloodseeker for Miracle. It looked like Secret had the edge to start with, but some great smoke plays by Liquid pulled it right back, and as the game went on, Secret had less and less ways to deal with the Brood, resulting in a 45-minute win for Liquid. Game 2 saw Secret pick 4 invisibility heroes and use them with great success to dominate the early game, taking a 10k gold lead by 25 minutes. But there's no better team at playing from behind than Liquid, and once they finally got a gem on their super tanky Doom and punished Secret heavily for an overextension by mid one, they made a 16k gold swing and closed the game out in less than 10 minutes, taking the series 2-0. The Grand Finals best of 5 between Mineski and Liquid got underway soon after, which saw Mineski switch things up in the first game and go for dual lanes, with Ice 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 playing his Night Stalker as more of a core role rather than utility. Comboed with stellar plays from Jabs' Clockwork, Mineski solidly outfarmed Liquid and took the first game of the series. But Liquid came back in Game 2 soon after by punishing a weak Arc Warden pick with the illusions and summons of Terrorblade and Nature's Prophet. Mushi's Anti-Mage reared its ugly head once again in Game 3, and it looked like a sure win after Ice 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 managed to cliff mind control at the Horn, leaving Mushi with a free lane and his team able to roam and gank super early. However, the game quickly turned into a neck-and-neck super hype match where Liquid managed to clutch the victory at 30 minutes despite Mineski being up in kills. If you're going to watch one game this week, make sure it's that one. With Liquid now on a roll after 2 consecutive victories, they decided to grab the Anti-Mage for themselves in Game 4. And while Mushi's Anti-Mage is surely not something to mess with, Miracle's Anti-Mage was on a whole other level on the day, and he single-handedly carried Liquid to victory in a 20-minute stomp. With that, Liquid took the series 3-1 and the tournament, taking home a chump change prize pool of $135,000, but more importantly, 150 qualifier points each. While the Dota at Starladder was undoubtedly outstanding, the production certainly had some hiccups. Day 1 saw the stream constantly struggle with lag, and the in-game observing for the whole tournament left a lot to be desired. Next up this week is the PGL minor. Hopefully they can have a bit of a smoother run. Liquid aren't participating in this tournament, so maybe it'll be Mineski's opportunity to take the top spot. In this week's meta review, hard carries have seen a huge surge in pubs for no real reason whatsoever. Just look at that chart. Sven is up 3.6%, and Sniper, PA, Anti-Mage, and LC are all up more than 2.5%. Obviously, supports are taking the brunt of the hit, with every intelligence hero except Pugna and Tinker dropping in pick rate this week. Despite the drop in pick rate, Necro is still holding strong on the win rate charts, sitting just under 57%, closely followed, as always, by Spectre and Zeus. In the content corner this week, Marco Alvarez posted a bunch of really great Dota art that he's drawn over the last few months. Hotcocks ran a new episode of their podcast reviewing the out-of-game content from Starladder and other events this week, and Gosu.ai released its open beta. It's a personal Dota 2 AI coach that analyzes your matches, highlights particular areas of your gameplay that fall short, and tracks your improvement over time. And now it's time for Shitpost Central, except the community seems to have lost enthusiasm even for shitposting this week, and instead just resorted to commenting "where patch though" on every Reddit thread instead. So here's a gif of Winter imitating Ice Frog as he plans to not release the Dueling Fates patch for at least another 2 weeks. In stream highlights this week, Virtus Pro gives Vega Squadron a BM Echo, Akuria snipes a Courier, TNC makes a sick fake backplay, and South America showcases its top tier Dota.
For them at the beginning, but as soon as these mid-game fights started to occur and VP had
they're all standing together. They're giving Slayer the echo. He's running in for the 5-man.
Oh my goodness, the ultimate BM 5 melee in front of this poor Shaker.
Oh man.
Oh, that is disgustingly beautiful. And
this is my Monkey King player.
He's going in.
I'm ready for the bottom lane Courier sniper. Yo, you want to get back to the rune, dude?
You're streaming, guys.
No. Oh, you're getting it. Oh.
I got the rune also.
nice.
Alright, 3 wounds and a Courier, guys. Let's go.
Nice fucking game, Iltugar.
Heroes respawning in 4 seconds. I'll be back to full strength then. And once again, TNC, just like game 1, they did the same damage. Hit the tier 3 tower, back up, and then technically...
Wait, no, it's a fake back.
Yeah, they're actually pulling a Rocks Kiss, pull out, then put back in again. As they look for the opening, Sam H, he's got the Dream Call, the Echo Slam! Hitting huge! 3 heroes gone, the Snowball trying to save him, the Wukong command, it won't come out! 3 heroes heroes lost, none with buyback, 4 heroes in total. The one who does have buyback is Misery. Under
BKB with the Dragon Form as well. Paytos still survives. They hex up the DKs. Pablo's still hitting tier 4s. Another Ice Path catches 3 of them there. The blink, there's no duel. Paytos doesn't catch, but Thompson is dead. 104 seconds for him.
Pablo's buying a TP. He's got to go back.
Oh no, he's
buying a Deso.
Oh my god, he's buying a Deso. There's still a tier 4 and a throne to break. The tier 4 is going to fall. Oh god, Kingwin, you have to take this throne faster. Ice Paths and Macropires being spammed out by Nikwa.
It's pretty
It's pretty close. It's pretty freaking close.
No creeps.
Is there a glyph? Is there a glyph on Dire? There's no creeps in the base. They have to TP back and defend. Pablo, have you just like solo won this game? They kill the Nyx. He has no buyback. The Scythe holds back Pablo, but then throws Oh my god! Pablo, you good! How has this just happened?
That's a first. That is a first. A Desolator purchased at the enemy fountain to take care of the throne.
It's like disbelief on the faces of Kingwin, and I'm not freaking...
That's the refresher for this week, folks. The PGL Open gets underway this week with a few of the same teams from Starladder alongside a bunch of new contenders. Hit subscribe to get the recap next week, give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment that just says "Where Patch though?"